Hello my dearest subscribers, BioLizard1 here, and today I'm going to bring another Pokemon Black and White narrated Wi-Fi battle. And in this battle I'm going to be using my Hail team again. And this is actually a battle I had against a guy who is carrying a Pikachu in the overused metagame. And at first I was like, okay, he's carrying a Pikachu. He's either very good or he's either very bad. Or I'm just gonna suck in this battle. That's also a possibility. So anyway, here are the teams. The teams will be displayed right now in the layout. Like you see, it's the team I've used in a previous battle I once had. And seen by the sprite, you can see that this guy is using a black and white 1 cartridge, which is fine by me, of course. I'm gonna lead off with my Amoonguss, while he's gonna lead off with his Scizor. For me, that is not the best setup, but I think that Amoonguss can take pretty much anything that this Scizor throws at me, so I'm kind of fine with that. He's just gonna U-turn, and that did way much than I could ever imagine. So actually, a choice banded Scizor against an Amoonguss is not a great matchup, so next time I should switch out. Something new I learned from this battle. He's gonna switch out into his Politoed, and as I saw in the team preview, it's gonna be Hail versus Rain. And since Politoed is the #1 used Pokemon, as so the PO statistics, this is not gonna be an easy match. Expecting him to switch out, I'm just gonna go for the Spore straight off the bat, knowing that I will be able to put this Politoed to sleep. And I'm just gonna switch out right now, having my regenerator ability in check, which means that I'm gonna be healing 1/3 of my HP, which is a ton load, so I'm just gonna switch out into my Flamazon, my Heatran, while he switches back into Scizor. And Scizor obviously doesn't want to die this early in the game, and doesn't want to risk getting hit by a Fire Blast, so I'm just gonna go for a Stealth Rock, expecting him to switch out on my Heatran. He's going to lead them with a Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash is a threat to my Heatran, because yeah, he can trick me or he can Hydro Pump me, two things I really don't want him to do against me. So you know what, I'm just going to switch out into my Taxel, into my Abomasnow. And yeah, the only thing he can do against me is Volt Switch and Hydro Pump, and both of those moves are just not very effective against me. So I'm pretty much fine with that. He just full switches out, I get my Hail up, which is just excellent for me, because that's what this team is all about. And he goes back into Scizor, so we've actually seen a lot of Scizor action. Not really, because he only used U-turn, and the rest of the time he switched out like a scary cat, but yeah, that's just how Scizor live. Anyway, we're gonna get some after-turn effects, at least my Abomasnow. I see that Scizor gets a decent amount of the Stealth Rock damage and Hail damage, and I can imagine that it will rack up eventually. So I'm just gonna go for a Protect, let Scizor get hit by Hail again before he's able to switch out using U-turn. And so that's my plan right now. Knowing that he's gonna U-turn now, and that I don't want to lose my Abomasnow right now, I'm considering switching out. He thinks I'm gonna switch out as well and goes back into Politoed. And here I'm really fine with the fact that I have Stealth Rock sub, because from this point a lot of switching is going to come up. And yeah, I'm just gonna switch out as well, go into my Flamazon and my Heatran while he has his Politoed. And I know that his Politoed is not going to wake up directly, because this is his first turn of sleep. And I don't have Hidden Power Grass or anything, so I can't really do a thing. But he switches out into Dugtrio, and I predict that and go for a Roar, roaring that Dugtrio out, getting something else in and getting some Stealth Rock damage on them. And he switches back into his he gets switched back into his Politoed. And knowing that Politoed won't wake up, I will be able to get another Roar off. And yeah, roaring is just fun, guys. And now he switches out into his Toxicroak, and Toxicroak is actually no fun for this team. Toxicroak is actually a very good Pokemon on the Rain Dance team, because with the Dry Skin ability, and if you give him a leftover of some sort of recovery, he heals up very, very fast. You can even run Life Orb, since the rain is gonna recover him turn by turn, so that's awesome. Now I just predicted him to just scare off my Heatran, and I'm just gonna stay in and go for another Roar while it switches out into his Rotom Wash. And he gets back into Politoed, so I'm roaring all the way. Do the roar. And ever watched that movie of Shrek? I think it's the fourth one with Rumpelstiltskin, where that little kid in the beginning always says, do the roar, love you daddy. Oh, I just love that when he does it. So from now on, when I roar, I'm just gonna say it. So now he's gonna fall asleep again, and then Heatran is gonna be there as well, doing nothing. and I'm just gonna do the roar. And I'm just gonna roar Politoed out again, switching into Pikachu. And I was figuring, okay, Pikachu, I can finish him off with an Earth Power. And he's just gonna thunder me straight off the bat, this Pikachu, which is just bad. Bad Pikachu. And actually, in the series, I have never seen Pikachu use Thunder before. But never mind. If you know an episode, I'm really eager to know. And here is a point where I was fearing for. I just should have gone for the Earth Power and not for the do the roar again, because now I roar him into Dugtrio, and Dugtrio is going to be able to finish me off with an Earthquake right now, because due to the Arena Trap, I'm not going to be able to switch out. And that's goodbye Heatran. But by the looks of it, my team wouldn't have been, excuse me, my Heatran wouldn't have been much of use against the rest of his team anyway, so I don't bother. This is probably scarfed or choiced in any way, so I'm just gonna switch out into my Latios, knowing that he won't be able to do a thing. And here the game mechanics screwed me up again. It's been a while since I played, obviously, and I took a vacation of 4 months, so I can't know anything right now. And I'm into Latios right now, and I thought that he would trick me, and I thought that after the trick I would be able to determine which move I could go into. But that is of course when a guy tricks you after you attack. So if I went for substitute first and he tricks me then, that would mean that I would be able to choose another move on the next turn. But because he tricks me now and I substitute after getting a choice scarfed, I will only be able to use substitute for the following turns. And that is just really, that sucks for me. Guys, if you're using a Latios, always sub up first and then go for Calm Mind. Really, you won't regret it. And this is also a thing that I've learned from this game, so be sure to do it, you guys. Anyway, I'm way getting off topic. Here is Amoonguss again. Amoonguss is going to take every hit that Rotom Wash hits me with relative ease, and you can kind of say that Amoonguss is a member of every team of mine, because Rotom Wash is just so common nowadays, and Amoonguss is just a fair check for it, so yeah, just like that. Now he's gonna U-turn again, because I don't have an Heatran anymore to take that U-turn. I'm just gonna let Amoonguss take the hit, and hopefully he doesn't kill me right there. But he gets a critical hit, which is kind of unfortunate, and that is kind of that is gonna lead in my downfall from now on. Things aren't going to look too great for me. He's going to switch into Pass the Pied, which is his Dugtrio. Just love my French accent. And I'm just gonna switch into my Abomasnow again. And yeah, Abomasnow, I'm just gonna set up the hail again, blah blah blah, old stuff. He is of course going to think that he's gonna take me out with a Stone Edge, but I have Ice Shard, and unlike other Abomasnows, this guy is adamant, maximum investment in attack, so that does a lot of damage. And since Dugtrio is as fragile as what, he's gonna die. So I'm glad that guy is out of my way, because I really didn't enjoy him in the neighborhood. But yeah, he's now gonna switch back into Scissor, and like I said, Hail and Stealth Rock damage are really racking up the damage on the Scissor. So I'm just gonna proceed what I did in the last couple of turns in this match. I'm just gonna protect again, let him hit by Hail, and then switch out. Like I did right now. But he's just gonna U-turn again, and I know that one U-turn against my Abomasnow is definitely gonna take me out. So what I'm gonna do now is switch into Radomex, into my Starmie, because it's basically one of the things I can lose in this game, because Starmie won't be able to do anything against that Krogunk, Rotom Wash. It could do a thing against this Scissor, but yeah, I was thinking after some Hail and after some Stealth Rock damage, not sure how much this time this guy is gonna switch in and out again, but after that damage racking up, I might be able to finish him off with an Ice Shard coming from Mamoswine. So I'm just hoping that I can sweep him at this point. He's gonna switch into Rotom Wash. Since my check for it got crit by that Scissor, I'm just gonna go into Latios while he gets some after turn effect. So here is Latios again. Remember, he's choice scarfed because of my stupid play and not understanding the game mechanics to the fullest. I'm a dumbass! I'm just gonna go for Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse I Rotom Wash all the way, while he Hidden Power Ice me. At least that is what I think. It could be Hidden Power Dragon as well, but what are the odds of a Rotom using Hidden Power Dragon, you guys? Anyway, he's gonna hit me with something super effective, but due to Latios' natural bulk, it's not gonna do that much, and also due to the fact that Rotom Wash doesn't have that stab hit Empire Eyes on him. Um, yeah, it's not gonna do that much of damage. So he's gonna switch out, go back to his Ocean Frog because he wants to nullify the effects of hail, and that is actually going to suck for me because I will show you in a couple of turns. I'm just gonna go for a Dragon Pulse, proceeding to do that because it's basically the only thing I can do against this team, since my Eladios with Choice Scarf is rendered useless. And he's gonna switch out again because his plan has worked. He has set up his rain, which means that his scissor is not going to be dead due to the hail. And that is kind of very bad for me because now I'm just gonna go Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse, I thought it would do more actually, but maybe he got some special defense investment on this scissor, and together with the resistance, that might have been the problem for me not finishing off the scissor. But yeah, I'm gonna switch out in Taxel. Gonna do what I always did. You know the procedure, guys. Just gonna go for Protect. Hail will hit him, and then I'm just gonna finish him off with an Ice Shard. As so I thought, because Scissor is very slow. All of you guys know it, that Steel guy is slow as hell. So I thought, okay, Abomasnow is definitely going to outspeed him with a priority Ice Shard because his base speed is higher. Yes, understand my logic? Yes. No! He just finishes me off with a Bullet Punch, which is just insane. How did he outspeed me? I really don't know. I don't want to know. Okay? I don't want to know. Now, I got a little bit of confidence right now because that scissor is gone, and that was a huge threat to my team. So I might have a sweep with Mamoswine coming up right now. So here is Mamoswine. He has that Politude who has been annoying the crap out of me. And I'm just gonna go for a stab Icicle Spear because, yeah, I just wanted to go for that. It's a cool move and I like the game mechanics. So here comes Icicle Spear. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to see if Icicle Spear did life orb damage for every time it hit. That was also a thing I wanted to investigate. But yeah, Ocean Frog dies, and I think he's left with only a handful of Pokemon right now. He has his Toxicroak and his Pikachu and his Rotom. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't want to go for Earthquake, because I was fearing him to switch into Rotom. And now I say, okay, I might get him finished off with an Earthquake, but he has Drain Punch and he's gonna outspeed me. And I thought I would be able to live one Drain Punch, but unfortunately I don't, and that is going to be a good game. So, good game, Bawa, that's his name, found him through the smoke on Battle Finder. So, this was the game, 3-0 in his favor, not too good for me, but hey, I'm still learning to handle this team. So, as for today's question of the day, I'm going to ask you again, what is the MVP of this match? The MVP, just want to be sure, is always a Pokemon of my team. So which Pokemon you think did well on my team? Which one was the best of this game? In my opinion, it was Amoonguss, sponging a lot of attacks. You can say who's your MVP in the comment section below. I will pick out one person from the comment section below, and I will give him the Pokemon he voted for. So it's kind of different to my previous battles, but I'm gonna do it like that from now on. So, what was your MVP of this match? Comment his name and his nickname in the comment section below, and who knows, you might get that Pokemon you always wanted to have. So see you guys later in my next battle, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.